Being a single woman in your 30s can definitely be looked at as a failure, but let me tell you why it's not. Yes, my 20s were amazing. I had lots of fun. I was young, hot, not a care in the world, right? Now I'm in my early 30s. I'm much wiser. I believe I have emotional intelligence about my money, super self-aware, I have patience, financial stability. I know what my boundaries are and how to set them. I mean, overall, being in my 30s is great, but also being single and being able to do whatever the fuck I want without having to worry if I can or cannot do it, it's definitely the best feeling in the world.
Greetings and salutations, my brothers. Welcome to the ministry. Today we are talking about the wall, the inevitable destination for the modern boss babe after she reaches the age of 30. It's a fact of life that she will deny. Though it's not written in stone, the wall is reserved for people of an insufferable nature, who wasted their youth and fertility chasing hedonistic bliss, aiming far beyond their league and filled with the delusion that they deserve a man who's going to provide a life of ease and riches. And as she gets older and her options start to dwindle, she still clings onto the hope that there is a man out there who was born just for her, who's going to whisk her away to her fantasy life that she's been dreaming of since she saw her first princess movie. But much like the movie, her fantasy is just that, a fairy tale she tells herself to help her sleep at night. But before we begin, if you haven't already, we kindly invite you to subscribe to the Ministry of Masculinity. There is no way to sugarcoat this, my brothers. The good times are gone, and the hard times are here. It's part of the inevitable cycle of history. Now, more than ever, the world is going to need masculine men. Not to please women or to perform impossible acts of heroism, but to persevere through the suffering and to grow stronger. There are people depending on us. It's time to embrace our masculinity and to temper ourselves for the oncoming storm. Let's build each other up to grow stronger so we can face these times with strength and determination. Now is our time, my brothers. Now, on to today's video.
If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're still single, and you are like, I swear I'm gonna be single forever, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. I feel you, same. I've gone through that rabbit hole like a million times. I'm like, oh my god, I'm fine. I'm just gonna be alone forever. Like, I'm just gonna be that aunt that travels. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Instead of being so consumed by boys and dating and crushes and trying so hard to find our person, we're just gonna surrender. We're gonna let go, okay? Because they say you're going to find your person when you least expect it, when you're not looking. Okay, fine. We're done looking. My eyes are closed. I'm not looking anymore, okay? But this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a list. We're going to write down like 5 to 7 things that we are like really looking for, what we really want in our person, okay? And I don't want you to get too crazy about the appearance stuff. Like, put the things that really actually matter. I mean, like your non-negotiables, okay? Like the things that actually matter. And you're gonna just take your piece of paper, fold it up, okay? And you're gonna place your order. You're gonna place your order with God, the universe, whatever the fuck you believe in. Send it off, okay? And then you're gonna go live your life. You're gonna work on your hobbies, your dreams, your passions. You're gonna heal a little, do whatever you gotta do, but you're gonna focus on yourself, okay? You're not gonna worry about meeting your person. You already put your order in, okay? When it's ready, they're going to Uber Eats it to you. You're good. It'll be hand delivered. However, in the meantime, you have to work on yourself. You have to focus on yourself. We're not going to be consumed with the idea every single time you go out, like on the weekends. Oh my God, am I going to meet a boy? Is he going to text me? Oh my God, I hope there's cute boys. No, we're not going to do that anymore, okay? When I have a crush, I get so distracted, okay? Like, it steers me off. And so I just need to take a step back. I'm going to write my order, put my order in, and I'm just going to be done, okay? So that's what we're doing this year.
If there is one thing that a modern female cannot comprehend, it's a world where she is not desirable or the center of attention. In her youth, she was given a crazy amount of attention on social media, dating apps, and in public. And because she got this attention for years, she assumes it's because she's special, that there is something mystical about her that makes all men desire her. But the reality is simple. She was desirable because of her youth and fertility. It's basic biology. Men, generally speaking, are attracted to women who are fertile as they increase the odds of passing his genetic code onto the next generation. We see it in nature all of the time. But in the modern world, all that matters are a woman's feelings. In her eyes, her feelings are so powerful that it can literally alter the way everyone thinks about her. There is no room for facts in her world.
So I'm always here yapping about my dating journey and being 31 and single and never had a boyfriend. And I always get really positive comments, but then there's always comments that I get from men that are like, it's too late, your time is up, like the one I just got. And it doesn't really bother me because if it did, I would stop posting. It's not that it really doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me, period. But I'm like, bro, I've only gotten better with time. Like, I'm sorry, but I like my body 10 times more than I liked it when I was 20. I'm fitter because I'm more disciplined, I eat healthier, I take better care of it, and literally the body that I'm in now, being 31, is the best version of my body that I've ever witnessed or seen and like worked for. And same goes to my face. I worked for it a little less because I've done nothing to it. I can't do anything to it, but I just love myself more. I feel more confident in how I do my makeup. My brows look way better. Trust. Just like my facial features more. Like, I feel better in my skin and my style. Let's not even get started on my style. Like, I dress a lot better. I just feel so much chicer and like the version of myself that I always like envisioned when I was a little girl. Like, I feel like I am that like cool girl that I envisioned when I was younger. And the other day I saw like a TikTok or someone said something like, have you realized that the coolest girlies that you ever look up to are always like stalk or like photos or see on Pinterest are girlies in their 30s? And I 100% support that because that's who I feel that I have turned into in this age. So for the men who say that a woman in her 30s, it's too late, the window's done, closed, because you better trust and believe that her confidence is way higher and better than it was 5 years ago. And she might have fallen for you at 25, but she will not fall for you at 30 if you are a wackadoodle.
There are many stages when it comes to heading towards the wall, with the most prevalent being denial. Movies, TV shows, books, and testimonials on social media fill a woman with a false sense of hope. She thinks that any man desires her because she is a woman, and nothing more. She ignores the fact that she tells on herself in front of a camera. She exposes her own selfish and insufferable nature to the world. And yet, she still acts like she's a catch. She thinks that any man would be lucky to have her, yet she is incapable of explaining why. This denial eventually leads to desperation as she tries to find any man to take care of her. She will lie about her past, omit key details about her actions, or just be bitter and resentful towards the man she gets because she can't get the man she wants. This will ultimately lead to a divorce, and she will continue towards the wall as she pities herself and denies the truth about what led her to this point. She has no other way to feel.
People always tell me that my standards are really high, and that is probably why I am still single. That may be true. However, I do know that there are other factors. Level of self-awareness and my acceptance of myself. I accept myself at where I am right now, and I know that I have the ability to improve, the ability to be better, the ability to get to a better and higher level, and I'm constantly working at those things. And I find that a lot of men in my area that I've met on dating apps, in person, whatever it is, these men are not on the same level because they don't have that level of improvement or wanting to improve. It is very hard for me to relate to those men and to put myself in that situation where I feel like I can meet somebody and just date. And so that's what makes it hard, is when you have self-awareness level on 100 and others don't. Buyer pool becomes very, very scarce and you don't have a lot to work with. Most of the time, these men that have that self-awareness piece, that offer what you want, are taken. They're in relationships because they're great people and they're great men. I'm not saying they're all taken, but you're looking for a needle in the haystack almost. When I meet the person, if I do, or if I get the chance to meet anyone, I'll meet them. And I'm not in a rush to meet anybody because I don't have a deadline. I'm not looking to have more children, be married by a certain age. I just don't have those expectations, and I'm okay if it doesn't happen right now, this year, next year. When it happens, it happens.
The number of women who are about to hit the wall is staggering. More and more of these modern women, who botched up every chance she could at finding a mate, are about to learn a harsh lesson about life itself. Actions have consequences. She traded the potential of finding a good man and having a good life for a decade's worth of fun. Her adherence to her pursuit of a career, riding the carousel, and ignoring 95% of the men on the market has led to a life of confusion, loneliness, and regret. By the time she realizes her mistakes, it will be far too late. And the men she ignored will have long since walked away. Men have found peace within themselves and are content with the lives they've made for themselves. And there is no room for a woman who ignored them when she was at her peak. So there is no reason why a man should accept her when she's on the way down to the wall. And that's going to do it for today's video, my brothers. If you found yourself enjoying this content, then we hope we have earned your subscription to the Ministry of Masculinity. Be sure to like this video and share with as many of our fellow brothers as you can as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode of the Ministry of Masculinity.